Peace and love. My name is Chadwick Niles Phillips. I am an artist, entrepreneur, and educator. I'm the founder of the Avant Garde music, entertainment, and production company. I'm also the founder of the Hip Hop History and the Arts, Youth Artist Development, and Youth Life Coaching curriculum. Everything that I do revolves around music. I produce music. I'm an artist. I write music for myself and others. I deal with musicians. I put on music concerts, music productions. I'm in studios working with artists. I teach music to the youth. Everything revolves around my love, my passion for music. So it's an honor to be here in front of you, telling you about my passion and how I got here. My love for music started at a very, very early age. I would just soak in the vibes, the topics, the discussion in music, and just the flavor. I remember one of the first songs that I heard was "I Used to Love Her" by Common. I remember I was like 8 years old and hearing him talk about hip hop as if it was a girl, and his relationship with her. And then me thinking about my love for hip hop at such an early age, it was just like a dope, relative thing. My older brother, he was like, yeah, it sounded like he was talking about a girl, but he was really talking about hip hop. Then I went back to listen to it. It was like, wow, that metaphor it just blew my mind. And that's one of my earliest memories of me wanting to be a part of music. So as time went on, I would memorize songs very, very fast. And from R&B to hip hop to rock and roll, just all the way around, I would just soak in music. So time goes on, I get in high school, and then that curiosity of what being an artist started to really knock on my door. And so I put my finger in it, I wrote my first rhyme, I spit it to my brother, and my brother was like, bro, you got something. I could hear something in you. So I gotta shout out my brother, Phillips. He's the founder of a film company in Miami called Soul Gorilla Film. He's doing his thing. And his inspiration and my older brother, Sebastian, who's a visual artist, one of the coldest visual artists you'll ever see in your life. They both inspired me. So I had inspiration at home, and me seeing them is what inspired me to do it. So I'm in high school now. I am starting to freestyle. I'm winning freestyle battles. I'm actually winning battles and making money. So it's like, hold up. So bread is starting to get involved. I could really potentially become an actual artist. So I was on the cusp of being this person who loved music, who had an interest, to starting to freestyle, to then I started to write. And when I would rap my rhymes to the people in high school, they would just bug out. And time goes on, and I started to just elevate and evolve, not just as an artist, but as a student as well. So as much as I was an artist, I understood the importance of education too. Very, very early. I was in gifted and talented classes. It was this program called KCP that was a program where impoverished youth that had good grades, we would be handpicked to be taken out of the environments that we were in, and we would be taken to places like Michigan State University or Eastern Michigan University, and we'd be shown what life is like as a student. So they put us in dorms. There was advisors there, and shout outs to all the advisors from KCP. I don't know where y'all are at now, but thank you so much, because that's what inspired me to want to go to college. So I go back to the neighborhood, and it gave me that much more inspiration to want to not just be an artist, but to want to be someone in a highly educated position as well. So I graduated from high school. I went to Everett High School in Lansing, Michigan. That's the same high school that Magic Johnson went to. But I lived here my last year of high school and graduated from Park Center. So after that, I went to school at Michigan State University, and that's when I started to really hone my skills as an artist. I entered different talent shows. I was winning even more rap battles, and as time went on, it just started to get bigger and bigger. My name started to get more known to where it started to travel from like Lansing, Michigan to like Detroit. I performed in a couple of different shows out there, was able to do some great things in the D. And so boom, I graduate college with a BA in communications, Michigan State University. Now it's time to go after my dream. And even during college, I was approached to get signed while in college, but I promised my mom that I would graduate from college, and that's something that I ended up actually doing. So move out to New York, and I was like, I'm hitting the scene so hard. Like, I'm gonna hit up every single venue, open mic. I'm ready, and I knew I had what it took. So I moved out there, and that's exactly what happened. I moved out there in 2007, summertime 2007. I won a talent search that Hot 97 put on with Koch Records. So here I am on a major label getting interviewed on Hot 97 by DJ Envy and Miss Jones, who was on Hot 97 at the time. And I recorded a single called This Time that was produced by Bula, who was a part of Rockefeller. He was a part of their production camp. And it was such a dope experience because I was able to perform in Summer Jam at New York Giants Stadium in New Jersey. And when I look at all of those memories, it's just like, wow. But I was thinking that I want to start my own thing. I didn't know where it was gonna go. I didn't know how I was gonna start. But me having these experiences in these exquisite business settings in music and in art showed me that as much as I'm an artist, I have a vision. I have a vision to guide artists. I see what music, what the entertainment looks like in my own mind, and I want to push that imagination out for the world to experience. I didn't know how I was gonna start. I didn't know what I was gonna name it. It was just like a little seed. But I've always been a big fan of being diverse. Like, how many avenues and lanes can I go down when it comes down to my talent? How many blessings can I utilize to radiate, peace, optimism, culture, and uplifting empowerment to my people and to everyone around the world. So I started getting into film. When I was in New York, I worked at BET, CBS, New York City Fashion Week. I was a production assistant on Sorcerer's Apprentice and Julie and Julia, which are two major films. And that was an amazing experience as well. And I was a camera assistant for fashion television at New York City Fashion Week. So here I am working in music, but I'm working in film. And it just showed me how diverse I could be. So I moved to the Twin Cities, and it was like, wow, I did all these things in New York, and I have to start this brand new chapter. But I knew as I put the pieces together on the puzzle that it would become what I'm envisioning. So started as a paraprofessional at Sojourner Truth Academy, which turned into me starting my own company, my own program, youth program, Hip Hop History and the Arts. And from there, it grew. I started teaching in different schools, different institutions, and it caught wind of the High School for Recording Arts. Shout outs to T.C. Ellis. Shout outs to everyone there, Tony Simmons, all the family there. They brought me in, and I became a youth advisor at HSRA. So I started teaching as a youth advisor at the High School for Recording Arts. Shout outs to TC and shout outs to Tony Simmons. And that started my coming of age as an educator. My students created an album that's out worldwide right now digitally called The Next Move. It's all youth produced, curated, and written. And that right there was something that was super, super special. So when my time came to an end as a youth advisor at HSRA, that's when I started my journey as an entrepreneur. So from the beginning of my story all up to this point, it was preparation for what I was going to step into as far as my legacy, as far as my calling. And I started the Avant Garde, music, arts, entertainment production company. And that right there began a whole new frontier for me because it opened up so many doors for me to show what entertainment, what leisure, what production, what bringing elements of just uplift looks like through music and through the arts, like through my scope. And it just grew. I started winning grants. We started doing productions where we were featuring artists like Rakim, and it just continued to grow and grow and grow. And here we are now. The Avant Garde has been around for 10 years. It feels like literally 2 years. I feel like I'm just getting started. But I remember telling my boy David, like, yeah, I'm gonna start this company called Avant Garde, and it's gonna be this, it's gonna be that. And to this day, we talk about it, him and Theo Brown. And I have to shout out Keith Baker from Reconnect Rondo. He helped me get the business side in order. And I will never, ever forget the time that Keith put in. So thank you, Keith, for everything that you did for me when I started the Avant Garde. And now I'm working with the city of Bloomington. We have our music festival called On the One. And I have a monthly series called The Vibe Out Suite and a yearly series called Soul of the Cities. We put on concerts, curated events, productions all around. We did things for US Bank, for Target, Ameriprise Financial, Hennepin Theater Trust. We did a gigantic production, theater production called Expressions of Black Progression at the State Theater in 2018. Then the Avant Garde started to grow even bigger branches to where now I'm doing consulting for artists and businesses, and I've been able to accumulate multiple clients. And now it's even growing more into an artist management endeavor, an artist representation. So this whole story is a testimony of having a vision, having a passion, growing as you go, remaining disciplined and remaining diligent, because there's so many different changes that you are going to go through. This entrepreneur journey is something that's amazing. Like, I wouldn't trade it for the world, because there's nothing like when you're seen for who you really are. There's nothing like when you're respected and celebrated for what you were really put on this earth for. It's one thing being one of many numbers, you know, at a 9 to 5, which is great too, you know, because you're still making ends meet. But it's a whole other thing when you're living your dream, you're living your passion. Like, this is what I was sent here for. And it's a journey, it's a testimony, you know. There's a lot of ups, a lot of downs. And like, no one goes through this path unscathed. So you have to be ready for what comes at you, and you have to be an overcomer. You have to be a person who doesn't match energy, because the higher you get, the more you have to show a standard of leadership, the more you have to show a standard of honor. That's why that responsibility was put onto you. So being an entrepreneur, owning your own company, it's not about just, I'm a boss, like I'm doing this. And I mean, that's all in the details. It's really about, can I be a leader? Can I be a shepherd? Because the more clients that you have, the more followers that you get, the more that what you do expands, the higher the responsibility is on you. So it's an honor to be here to speak to you all about who I am, about what I do, and if it's any kind of inspiration, motivation, and empowerment that you get from this, then I did my job. That's what this is all about. It's all about empowering you. It's all about letting you know that you can do this, that you can do this. If you have a goal, if you have a dream, if you have a passion within, keep pouring gasoline on that light, on that fire. Keep doing that, because you want it to grow. You want it to become exactly what you envisioned in your mind. And it's never too late. It is never, ever, ever too late. It's this thing called the late bloomer. The late bloomer, you got people who who they're 45 and they finally found their niche. And by the time they're 49, they're there. So you never ever know. It's just about not giving up. It's about continuing. It's about keeping that fire going. And don't let your fears, anxieties, and doubts bully you. A lot of us let those things bully us. Something can happen and we just get paralyzed to where we can't even move. No, you have to get up and swing that sword each and every day. Every single day I wake up, I'm fighting the past. I'm fighting all of these different things that's trying to hold me back. I'm fighting that. So I want to encourage you to fight anything that's trying to hold you back from becoming what you know that you become. This is a journey. This is a quest, you know? So peace and love to you all. I know for a fact that you have what it takes to become exactly what you envision, for sure. Keep going.